If you have lost your sense of identity, you have forgotten who you are anymore. You've been going by life, trying to deal with things, trying to make amends, make ends meet, and you've found yourself now at a place where you just have no idea who you are. And you're feeling controlled by emotions, controlled by your thoughts, and it just feels all too much. I'm here to tell you that in that moment of identity loss will come out of it the greatest moment of your life. And that greatest moment is the realization that all this time we have been searching outwardly for everything, when inwardly, in the inner world, lies all the answers you're going to need. Now, what I mean by that is not you're not going to have knowledge about particular subjects that all of a sudden now, when you've been aware of your inner world and your soul and you've united with it, that you're going to know all those things all of a sudden. No. But what you will know is that you have been in a haze, in a fog. The ego, and I mean ego not in the, bashful, oh, he thinks he's a big shot type of ego. That's a form of ego. But ego is simply just the way we experience the world, the outward experience, the sights, the interpretations. It is essentially the top half of what, from the bottom half, your unconscious mind bubbles up to the surface, and then now that's what you exhibit and see into the world. When we walk in this fog, in this haze, we're just wandering around, not knowing where to go, what to do. We hear the voices in our head say, you got to go here, otherwise you're going to get rejected by people. You're going to have to make money, otherwise you're going to be poor. Poor people, you can't be that because your dad always told you this, dad always told you that. Controlled by your words, controlled by thoughts. And we believe that by pursuing certain things, that's going to quiet it down. But unfortunately, it doesn't quiet it down. It is not simply, but layman's terms, but understanding that inner world and knowing how it's controlling you is going to be the answer for you to one day realize that I am who I am in its fullest, united with my ego and my soul. And when you unite those two things together, there's going to be a lot in your life that you're going to all of a sudden think, I don't care about that anymore. I don't know why I ever did. Well, sometimes we'll know why we did. Sometimes we cared about what people think because we've been heavily picked on. Maybe we've been bullied as a child. Maybe our parents bullied us. Or maybe one particular parent bullied us. And we've internalized it, dropped it into the unconscious, suppressed it in an attempt to protect ourselves, to protect the soul. And as time goes on, we start to separate from the two, live more in the realm of the ego, ignore the self, ignore the soul. Because how can we hang out with ourselves if other people don't like hanging out with us? So then I must be successful, I must be funny. And there's a benefit to that, of course, because perhaps those pains have caused you now to be extraordinary when it comes to planning things or presenting things. Maybe it's giving you this incredible athletic skill in one particular sport because you've just devoted yourself to it for so long. But at some point, without the union of the two, there's going to be a sense of absence. There's going to feel this emptiness to you. But today, this video is that calling. That perhaps today is the day that you begin the process of discovering the self. And discovering the self will take time. It is not a quick fix. I tell my clients, all the time. This is not a quick fix. The rule of three method that I developed for this process is not a quick fix. But it'll be a steady, consistent process that we hopefully can move uphill. And that uphill is the union of the two. The idea behind unionizing these two worlds is that when you bring them together, the fog will clear. And you will start to quickly realize what things you do not care about and what things you do care about. And when you get all the clutter out of the way, you can actually start to see what it is you really want. Perhaps what you wanted was more simple than that. Or perhaps what you wanted was something bigger. There is no right or wrong. If the union of the two is there, everything outside should simply just amplify and express more of the soul. Not the inverse. Not the farther you expand, the more the soul hides away and we push down because the ego needs to be massaged. Inverse. Everything you do should snowball and compound the expression of the soul. Now that's hard to do if you need to pay your bills. That's hard to do if you have a heavy responsibility. But the beauty of it is you carry it with you 24/7. You can always give yourself moments. A quick thing I'll give you right now for my method is the daily sandwich. Wake up in the morning, first thing you do is when you pop your eyes open, don't go on your phone, don't scroll. Find a space that's sacred to you, a space you can sit down and be alone to your own thoughts. You can list out any kind of mantras you want, but if we're on the direction of expressing the soul, we want to ask ourselves, to our inner world, to our thoughts, how can I express my soul today? Just even a little bit. Maybe that could be through comedy, making jokes, through chaotic play with no rules or boundaries, through absurdity, being silly and goofy. Maybe I have to express my emotions. Maybe I am suppressive of particular emotions. Maybe I have to allow that channel to open. It has to be of the inner world. We cannot make it of the outer world. We can't make it a mantra of, I'm going to make X amount of dollars today. Or I'm going to, make 10 friends today. We're not quite there yet. The first thing we want to do is find a way to bring the inner world out as much as possible. And how would that work for you? Once you get that set in stone, you say it to yourself for about 3 to 5 minutes, and off you go during the day. Experience your day and try to keep in mind the mantra you set in the morning. Nighttime hits. And now you go to what I call the nighttime reflections. Reflect on the day. Did you express your soul at least once? Did you allow yourself to feel emotion at least once? I always say even one is worthy of praise. Self-praise. Congratulate yourselves for it. But understand, we don't want to get deluded. And so at the same time you congratulate, if there was areas of improvement, you can gently and softly say to yourself, tomorrow I think I'm going to do a little bit better with this, simply because I felt like I held myself back. But you don't want to do it through heavy criticism, judgment, aggression, resentment. It has to be from a place of curiosity, adventure, love, and support. The firm hand, but with the gentle landing. Right? Have that beautiful balance there. That's why I call it the daily sandwich. Top bun, middle, and bottom bun. Apply that. See how it works for you. It's worked wonders for me and works wonders for my clients. And if you want to go a little more detail and get more information regarding my method, if you click that link below, it'll send you over to my website. And then just sign up to my monthly newsletter. And I'm also going to send you my 3-step identity rebuilding guide, just as a thank you for being part of the community. Now, it's a community I've always wished I had during my time of identity loss. And it was something that I've craved, couldn't find exactly. And so I decided to create one. And so I hope it serves you. And if this video even helped you 1%, then I've done my mission for the day.